Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's average level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Kropki Buttons by Bearded Fool, and here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Kropki Buttons. The gray circles with 0 to 4 clue dots inside of them are Kropki buttons. So these gray things in the middle are Kropki buttons. I like Kropki dots. I'm not a big fan of the buttons, which are usually quads, but okay. The clue dots indicate exactly how many of each type of Kropki dot can be placed in the 4-cell borders that are touching each Kropki button. Okay. All possible dots that can be clued by a Kropki button are clued. Okay, so interesting. Therefore, this gives us positive and negative information. So this is saying that there is only one white Kropki dot in the 4 lines that are surrounding it. So only one of these has one white Kropki dot on it, which would mean that, so say if it were this, this was the white Kropki dot, these 2 digits would have to be consecutive if that were the white Kropki dot, and none of the others could be consecutive, and none of the others could be in a 1-to-2 ratio. Actually, how does that handle that? This says that there's only one black Kropki dot in all the 4 surrounding lines. This says there are no Kropki dots within any of the 4 surrounding lines. Okay. Kropki dots. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Black dots, when placed, separate cells with digits in a 2-to-1 ratio. White dots, when placed, separate cells with consecutive digits. So again, yeah, if it had a black Kropki dot, it would have to be a 1-to-2 ratio. So if this was a 2 and this was a black Kropki dot, okay, well, say this was the black Kropki dot in this set of 4. Then this would be 2. If that were 2, it would have to be a 1 or 4 across from it in the black Kropki dot. And that's what a black Kropki dots are. What if it's a white Kropki dot? So say this was a white Kropki dot here. If this was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or 7 because they would have to be consecutive. For clarity, dominoes comprised of a 2 and a 1 may be clued by a white clue dot or a black clue dot, and which one may vary throughout the puzzle. Also, so in that case, it just it could be clued as either a white or a black, so it could be either one. We don't know which. It doesn't take 2, I guess. It's just clued as one or the other, and it could vary depending on throughout the puzzle. Also, no cell border may contain more than one Kropki dot. Okay, there you go. That's a clarification. It cannot be both. It cannot be both black and white for the 1 and 2 ratio. Cell borders that are not touched by Kropki buttons may separate dominoes that could but do not have Kropki dots. So yeah, we're only told information about cells that are next to a Kropki button. For example, there could be a Kropki dot or a valid Kropki value. So they could be like, say, a 1-to-2 ratio here. But since there's no Kropki button around it, that's valid. Yeah. So we're only told positive information about stuff around, positive and negative information around the Kropki buttons. So there could actually be values which are consecutive or which are a 1 to 2 ratio that, as long as they are not touched by the Kropki buttons, are fine. So for example, this could be consecutive and we wouldn't have any Kropki dot information about it. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay, so what we're going to do, red means it can't be either. We're going to make green. I guess we could make the black be the black for the borders, and then green be the borders for the consecutive, for the white Kropki dots. So for this, we know black has to be in all four. Because of that, we know that green has to be in all the rest of these and has to be in the rest of these, because otherwise we have one black in each of those. So this is a black Kropki dot. These are white Kropki dots. We know there is no white or black Kropki dots in these. Same here. There's no white or black here. We know these have all black Kropkis, as do these. Same here. So this is black, 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 black. This does not have one of these. So these are all not, these all have Kropkis around this. Oh yeah, whites. So these are all whites, which means we already have the white for this Kropki button. So the rest cannot be Kropki. This is a black. We have, oh no, this is a white. We have a black and a white somewhere else. Okay. Okay, so there's one white here, there's one white here. This does not have either. There's one white and one black. There's one white and one black here. There's one black here. We already have a black here. Okay, so this is a black versus a black. And this is a black. So therefore, this has to be 2 to 4. Because if you have three if you have 3 cells in a row, which are all separated by black Kropki dots, it's either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So this is 1, 2, 4, 8. 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 Right. I don't know how much information that tells us. Okay. Interesting. These are all consecutive, though. So there's no 2 and 4 anywhere else in column 6. So we have 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is also 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are consecutive. So it cannot be 1 or 3. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this is consecutive to that. 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 These 2 digits have to be the same, and these 2 digits have to be... Actually, okay. One of the pairs has to be the same. We don't know which. This is not consecutive, which is fine. So 2 to 4 are already here. So 2 and 4 have to be in row 6 and row 7. Right? Because it's either 1, 2, 4, or it's 2, 4, 8. And so either way, the 2 and the 4 are already accounted for. So this is 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is also 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are also 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is black, so none of these could be black. Okay. So all of these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. All of these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. We have consecutive ones here. So these three are consecutive. This is 4 through 9. This is 4 through 9. Because this is consecutive with this is consecutive with that. Hmm. Interesting. This is a very interesting rule set. Um, hmm. What if... Okay. No, that doesn't tell us very much. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Say this was all three sixes, right? So you have a 3, 6, or that would be 3 and that would be 6. That means all the three sixes are accounted for in boxes 7 and 8. Therefore, this would have to be a 3, 6, 3, 6 pair. So this would be black, which would mean this is not black. So this would be the black Kropki dot, which means that could not be the black Kropki dot, which means that would have to be the black Kropki dot there, right? If this is 1, 2, 4, 8, this would have to be either 1, 2 or 4, 8 because it cannot contain 2 and 4 because that's a 2 or 4, and that would be eliminate all possibilities there. So if this was not 3, 6, it would have to be 1, 2 or 4, 8, which means this would be 1, 2 or 4, 8, which would mean this is 2 or 4. Um, what does that mean? I don't know. Um, say this is 1, 2. This would be 4, 8, 2. So this would be 4, this would be 2. This would be 4. So okay, if this is 1, 2, say this was 1, 2, then this would be 4, this would be 8, this would be 2, this would be 4, this would be 1, this would be 2. So this would be 1, 2, or 4. This would be 1, 2, or 4. So the 4 would be here. Actually, we don't know. This could be 1 and 2. So we'd have to have a 3, 6 in somewhere. It could not be here. It could be here, though. Hmm. This can no longer be black. I guess this could be. Uh, both of these could be 3, 6. This could not be 1, 2, or 4. This could not be 1 or 2. So this can't be 8 here. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 1. No 1. No 1. No 8. Okay. So one of these has to be consecutive, which means the 3 would have to be here. Ah, okay, that's one thing. So there has to be I guess there has to be 2 consecutive ones next to each other, 2 white Kropkis. So therefore, the 2 has to be one of them. So the 2 has to be next to 3. And then the 3 would have to be next to 4, but that's not possible. So this cannot be ever 1, 2. Specifically. So this can't be 1 or 2. Could be potentially still 4 and 8. That could be possible. So then this would be 2, this would be 1. This is 2, this is... Okay, so because it can't be... Oh, well, not necessarily. 2, 1, this would be 2, 4, 8. What's that 4? So this... Interesting. So again, if this is 3636, this has to be the black Kropki, which means this can't be black and this can't be black. Therefore, that would have to be the black Kropki, and it would be 1, 2, 4, 8. We tried 1, 2 here, and that doesn't work because there's no consecutive ones with it. Right, because if it's 1, 2, then the 2 would have to be consecutive, so then there'd be 2 and 3, but then the 3 or the 1 would have to be consecutive with this number, which is not possible, because the 2 is already there, so 1 can't be put consecutively there. 3 would be here, but that, or one of these two, and then it would be next to 4, which was already in box 8. So 4 and 8 may be able to work, though. In that case, this is not 1... It's not 3 or 6. It has to be 2, 4, 8 here. So this can't be 4, 8. This can't be 2. This can't be 8. This can't be 1 here. No 8 here. No 8 here. No 1 here. So no 8. This can't be 1. This can't be 8. 3, 4 could be next to 3 or 5. 8 could be next to 7 or 9. That all seems kosher, actually. um, so 4. So this could no longer be black. This could be black, and this could be black. So this could be black, and that could be black. Let's go back to 3-8. No, sorry, not 3-8, 3-6. Oh, I don't know if you're hearing that, but that's some construction going on. not construction, but the replacing of the water heater. Okay, so this is 3, 6. So this can't be 1. So say this was 3, 6, right? If this is 3, 6, this also has to be 3, 6, which means 3, 6 cannot be anywhere here, which means this is 3, 6. So this is consecutive. Or not, this is a black Kropki rotation. Since this is black, this cannot be black, so this one has to be consecutive. So this would have to be... Oh, either way, I think it has to be 4. Right, so if this is 3, 6, 3, 6, that leaves in row 7, 3, 6 only being in these two spots, which means this is the black Kropki. Since this is 3 or 6, this cannot be black Kropki. This has to be white Kropki because of the Kropki button, which means these are consecutive. So this would have to be 4, and this would have to be 3. But again, we tried this being 4, 8, and that makes this 1, 2, and 4. So this is 4 either way. So we know this is 4. Because we tried 1, 2. 1, 2 doesn't fit this Kropki button. So this has to be 4. This has to be 2. This has to be 4. This has to be 8. This has to be 2. This is 1. This is always the case. So this can never be a black Kropki because 8 would have to be with 4. So this has to be the white Kropki dot. So this is a white Kropki dot. So this can't be 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 2 or 4. This can't be 8 here. This can't be 8 here. This is consecutive, so this cannot be 1, 3, 5, or 6. This has to be 7, 9. Since this is 7, 9, this can never be black Kropki dot. So this has to be consecutive also. So this is consecutive, and we have 2 consecutives for the Kropki buttons. Therefore, this must be a black Kropki, which makes this an 8. So this can't be 8. This is consecutive. In addition, this can never be with a black Kropki. This is not the black Kropki. Therefore, this has to be a black Kropki. So this is the black Kropki. There is no Kropki dots here. This has to be 3 and 6 and 3 and 6. So this is 3, 6, 3, 6. Since there's no 3, 6 here, that eliminates 3, 6 as a possibility here. So this is 4 and 8, and this is 2, 4, 8. This can't be 8. This has to be 4 and 8, so this can't be 8. This could be 5, 3, 6, 7, or 9. That's fine. This cannot be 8. This cannot be 4. So this is 1 or 2. Where's the 6? I guess I eliminated 6 accidentally. So this is 1, this is 2. Or it's a 3, 6 pair. So this is 3, 6, 3, 6. There is a black Kropki in one of these. It cannot be 3 and 6. It cannot have an 8. So it must be 1, 2, or 2, 4. So there has to be a 1, 2, or 2, 4 here. Well, we know there's a 4 surrounding one of these. But we know the 2 has to be here. The 4 also has to be here. This can't be 2, 4, or 8. So this is 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, or 9. This is 4 and 8. It's with another... So the 4 has to be here. So this can't be 4. If this is not 4, this can't be 8. So either this is 1, which would make that 2, which would make that 1, which would make that 2. Or it's 3, 6. We don't know which. This can't be 4, 8. If this was 8, 8 could be one of those two. Oh. If this is 8, this would have to be 7 and 9, but that's not next to an 8, so this cannot be 8 either. Right? And the same goes for here. So if this is 8, this would have to be 7 and 9, but that's not consecutive with this another 7 or 9, so this cannot be 8, and so this can't be 8. So this is 5, 6, 7, 9. There cannot be a 9 because the 9 has to be only consecutive with 8. Therefore, this is 5, 6, or 7. We know the 6s have to be here. If this is 5, that would have both of these would be 6. Assume there was no 6 here. Then it would be 5, 7, which is not consecutive. So the 6 has to be here. The 6 has to be here also, which means there are no 6s in those columns. So this can't be 6, this can't be 6, this can't be 6. There has to be a 6 here, which means this can't be 6. So this can't be 3, and that can't be 3. This can't be 6. So this is a 1, 6, or 2, 3 here. This is consecutive. So if this was 1, this would have to be consecutive with something. It would be, so that would be 1, 2. But then this is 1 to 2 ratio with 2. So this cannot be 1, 2. Therefore, this is 6, this is 3, this is 6, and that's a 3. So these are consecutive, and they're consecutive with each other. So this has to be 5, this has to be 4. This is consecutive, and it has to be consecutive, so it's 5 and 4 too. So this cannot be 3, 5, this can't be 3, 5, no 3, 5, no 4 possible here, so this can't be 4, so the 4 has to be here, which means this can't be 5, no 5 or 6, no 3 or 6, no 5. So the 6 has to be one of these two. 6 is not consecutive with 4 or 8, so it has to be with 7 or 9. So this has to be a 6, 7 pair. So this is 3, 5, 9, which means this can't be 3. This can't be 3. This can't be 3 or 6. This can't be 3, 5. This can't be 3. This can't be 5. So this is 6 or 7. The 7 is consecutive with 8, and 7 and 6 are consecutive. So we know this has to be consecutive because the 6 is not consecutive with 4 or 8. So it has to be consecutive with something else. Okay, we have 2 more consecutives. So either these are consecutive, which none of them are, or so this one has to be the consecutive, and then this one has to be consecutive. So because that's consecutive, this can never be 2, right? 2 can't be consecutive with a non-3 or 1. So this is not 2. This is 4 or 8. So these two have to be the same. So this one is the same as that. So yeah, this is not consecutive, therefore here we don't know. So this is it could be 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So this can't be 5, 6, and this can't be 3. This can't be 3 or 6. So one of these is 3 or 6. We have 1, 3. This can't be 3, so this has to be the only one 3. Wait, why can't this be 3? This could be 3 also. I don't know why I eliminated. Oh no, 3's here, so that's eliminated. So therefore this is 3, yeah. So this can't be 3 anymore. The 3 cannot be here, and cannot be here, and cannot be here. Therefore this is the 3. This is the 6. Right, so these don't have anything to do with each other. These don't have anything to do with each other. This can't be 6. The 3 has to be here. This is a 4, 8, 4, 8 pair. One of these is consecutive. Okay, so we have a consecutive here. We have, okay, so 5 cannot be in a 1 to 2 ratio. It could be consecutive. Oh, can't be consecutive because 4 and 6 are already taken. So this is not anything. So one of these, so this cannot be consecutive because it's 4 and 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 cannot be here. Therefore, this has to be a black Kropki dot here, which means this is consecutive. So this is 2 or 8. And it's consecutive with 1, 3, 7, or 9, but this can't be 3. This has nothing to do with that. This is consecutive. It's hard to tell the greens and the blacks apart. That's not good. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so these are all done. This, we don't have anything yet. One of these is 4. If this were the black Kropki dot, it would have to be 4 and 2. This is also 1, 7, 8, and 9. Can't be 8. So this is 8. So this cannot be 8. Oh, this is not consecutive. One of these is consecutive. One of these is consecutive. And one of these has black. Okay. 3 cannot be here. 3 cannot be here. Therefore, 3 is here. Which means 3 is here also. Okay, what else do we know? So this is 6, 7. Okay, this is 8 and 9. Okay, so this is the consecutive part. So this is consecutive. Man, I'm just gonna make the greens and the blacks look so similar. I'm gonna make the greens blue. So this is blue. Is that really better? Maybe I'll make it pink looks too much like red. So this is blue. So the blues are the whites now. It's just so hard to see. Okay. So this has to be consecutive. I don't know if the blues make it that much better, but okay. These cannot be anything then, because we already have 2 consecutive ones around this Kropki button. So this is 8 and 9, which means this cannot be 9. 2 has to be here, and it's with 1, 5, or 7. These are not consecutive already, so that's fine. This is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. No 8s here. Oh, this can't be 8. This can't be 8. Therefore, this has to be the 8. And it's not consecutive with any, it doesn't have anything in relation to here. So this cannot be 7. So this is 1 or 2. This has no relationship with that. So this cannot be 1 or 2 because then that would be 1 or 2 and there would have to be a Kropki there. So this is 7. Which means none of these are 7. This is a 9. So this has to be 1. This has to be 2. So there's no 1 and 2 here. There's no 7. This has to be 5. Because 1, 7, and 9 are already taken. This has to be 4, and this has to be 6. And then the Kropki dot has to be here. It's black. The black Kropki dot has to be here. Oh, but we have consecutive, so that doesn't work. We have a problem. Okay, so I think it was probably some of the assumptions made. So that has to be 8. It was probably some of the assumptions we made here. So let's remove all assumptions there. That's red. This can be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9. 4 cannot be here. This can't be 5 or 6 here. This can't be 4 here. This can't be 6. This cannot be 7. Oh, yeah, that can't be 7 or 9 because there is no. This can't be 7 or 9. This is 1 or 2. So this cannot be 1 or 2 because it would be in a 1 to 2 relationship here. So this is 7 or 9. Ah, that was the problem. So we have 7, 9, 7, or 9. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2. So this can't be 1 or 2. This has to be 8. So this cannot be 1. This can't be 8. So we have a 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9. So 1 or 2 cannot be here. So this is 4, 5, or 6. This, again, has to have a black Kropki in one of these 4 squares. So it has to be 2 and 4. So therefore, this is a 2. This is a 1. This has to be 4 because that's the black Kropki only. There are no other ones in this scenario. So this cannot be 5. This has to be 6. This has to be 5. This cannot be 7, so this is 9. So this is 7. And there's no relationship there. There's no relationship there. There's no relationship there. That's 7. This has to be 1. That has to be 2. This is 7 or 9. This cannot be 5. This can't be 7. Okay, so we have 5, 6. So this can't be 1 or 5 because this is a 5, 6 pair. This is 1, 9. So this is 5, which forces this to be 4 and that to be 8 and 8. So this can't be 5 anywhere here. This is 3, 7, 9. This can't be 8 or 2, so this is 4. No 5 here. No 1, 7, 9, so this is 8. Okay, so these are all accounted for. There is... Okay, so this cannot be 3, 6. But there is a black Kropki dot here. So it cannot be 3, 6. It cannot be 8, 4 here. So it's either 2, 4 or 2, 1. So this is the black Kropki dot. So this is... this can't be 9. So, sorry, this can't be 7. So this is 9 because this is 6, 7. This becomes 3 and 2. 2 and 3. Which is fine because there's no Kropki button around this. This becomes, what, 1, 4, 5, and 3. 1, 3, 4, and 5. So this has to be 1 and 5. This has to be 3 and 4. This has to be 2 to 1 ratio. So this is a 4. This is a 3. This is a 7. This can't be 7. There is a consecutive one, and the only possible one would have to be here. Therefore, this is consecutive, and this does nothing. Therefore, this is a 5. This is a 1. So we've got all of that. We've got all... this has to be a 6 then. This is a 5. This is consecutive, so that's 7. This is 6. This is 2 from Sudoku. That's a 7. 2, 3 pair. This has to be 1 and 5. This is 7 and 9. So this can no longer be 7. There is no relationship here. There has to be some consecutive one here, but we don't know what. So this is 1, 2, 7, or 9. So this can't be 7. Okay, these are all filled. These are all filled. This is 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 filled. Same here. 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 These are all filled, so now we just have to figure out this. Okay, so this is also 1, 2, 5, and 6. The 5 cannot be here because of that 5. There is no relationship here. Okay, this could be 1, 3, 8, or 9. So no 3 and 8 because of this 3 and 8. No 8 here. This is 2 or 4. And the 4 cannot be in either of those, so this has to be the 4. And this is 2, 8, 9, or this is 2, 9. Five can only be here in row 3, so this is 5. There is no 5 here, so 5 is one of those two. There has to be a consecutive somewhere here. So 6 could be with 7, so that's possible. Or it's 1, 2. That doesn't tell us very much. So 6 is one of these. 3 is one of these, which means 3 and 6 must be opposite each other. I don't know if that tells us very much. If this is 3, this would have to be 1, right? If this is 3, this would have to be 1. Okay, let's try this one. If this is 3, this could be 1 or 5. This would have to be 6. This would have to be 1 or 9. That seems reasonable. Um... Hmm. Okay, so say this was 6. If this is 6, this cannot be consecutive with either of these. This can't be 3, so this would be 9. This would be 7, this would be 3. This can't be with either of these. Can't be with 2 or 6, because that would be consecutive, and that would be a black Kropki dot 1 to 2 ratio. So this would have to be 1. This cannot be 2, so this would have to be 5. That's 2. So this all seems kosher. That would force this to be 9, which means that's 1 and 2. Ah, but then we'd have no place. Okay, so this cannot be 6. Or actually, what was it, 3? It just can't be 6. This can't be 6 because that would force that to be 9, which force that to be 3. This 3 would mean that's a 1. This 1 cannot be with 6. There cannot be a 6 here, and it can't be with 2, so this has to be 5, and you would have a 1, 5 eliminated there. So this cannot be 6, which means this has to be the 6. So this is 6. This cannot be 3 because there's no black Kropki there. It can't be 7, so this has to be 9. This is 7. This is 3. This can't be 6. So that's a 1, 2. So this can't be 1 or 2. This cannot be 6 because there's no relationship. There's no 1 to 2 relationship there. That's a 5. This is a 6. This can't be a 1 because that's a 1. So this is a 2. This is a 1. This has to be 7. So that's the consecutive. So we found the consecutive, which means none of the other ones in around that Kropki button is valid. So this cannot be 1 and 2. Oh, actually, this has to be 2, which means this can't be 1, so this is 9 because of the Kropki button rule. So this is 1, 9, 2, and now we're just doing Sudoku. So this is 3, 2, 5, 7, 6. Oh, yeah. This does have to be consecutive. Okay, so we could have shown it probably from that, too. Oops. This is nothing. Okay, so this is 9, this is 3, this is 9, this is 7, 1, 9, 1. This is an 8, this is a 9. And that's the solution. Pretty straightforward. You just have to keep track of all the relationships. I like it. It was good. It was good. It's a new rule set that I have not seen, and I like it better than the quads, to be blunt. Mainly because the Kropki dots I think are more limiting, so therefore it makes it easier to follow the logic for me personally. And I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.